behind his massive mahogany desk at Mitchell Manufacturing. "You're just not cut out for our industry. Your ideas about sustainable manufacturing and employee welfare are impractical." I stood there, 28 years old, being fired from my family's company by my own father while my brother David smirked from his corner office across the hall. "The board agrees," Dad continued, not meeting my eyes. "Your position as head of innovation is being eliminated. David will absorb your responsibilities." What they didn't know was that I'd anticipated this moment. For the past year, I'd been secretly building Phoenix Industries, a manufacturing startup focused on exactly the sustainable practices they'd dismissed. "Of course," I replied calmly, already thinking about the meeting I had scheduled with venture capitalists that afternoon. "I'll clean out my office." David appeared in the doorway, unable to resist a final jab. "Don't feel bad, sis. Not everyone is cut out for real manufacturing. Maybe try something smaller. Crafts, perhaps." If he only knew about the revolutionary manufacturing process I'd developed. The one I'd purposely kept out of Mitchell Manufacturing's records, knowing this day would come. My phone buzzed quietly, a message from my actual assistant, Sarah. "VC meeting confirmed. They're excited about the sustainable manufacturing prototype." "I understand," I told my father, playing my part perfectly. "I'll have my things out by end of day." Mom was waiting outside, wringing her hands. "Honey, maybe if you just focused more on traditional methods." "It's fine, Mom," I assured her, thinking about the patents I'd already filed under my new company's name. "I'll figure something out." Back in my office, I began my performance of packing personal items while actually initiating my company's next phase. Another text from Sarah. "Production facility lease finalized. Ready to begin operations next month." David couldn't resist one more visit. "Hey, since you're leaving, mind sharing the files on that efficiency project you were working on?" "Sorry," I smiled, thinking of the revolutionary process those files detailed, now safely documented under Phoenix Industries patents. "Already deleted everything. Standard protocol, you know." That evening, in my real office, a converted warehouse across town, I met with my team of engineers and designers, all quietly recruited from top firms over the past year. "Mitchell Manufacturing just made our launch easier," I told them, pulling up our production timeline. "We can now go public with our sustainable manufacturing process without worrying about family complications." Sarah appeared with more updates. The VC meeting was moved up. "They're very interested in the prototype results." I looked around at the cutting-edge facility we'd built in secret, thinking about how my family still thought I was probably at home crying over my firing. "Perfect," I replied. "Let's show them exactly what sustainable manufacturing can do." My phone lit up with a text from Mom. "Honey, are you okay? Your father means well. He just wants what's best for the company." If she only knew what was coming. I typed back, "I'm fine, Mom. Everything happens for a reason." 6 months later, Phoenix Industries launched our first product line. The sustainable manufacturing process I'd developed reduced production costs by 60% while eliminating environmental impact. The industry took notice immediately. Mitchell Manufacturing's stock dropped 15% after our announcement, Sarah reported, showing me the market analysis. "Their clients are asking questions about our green manufacturing process." I watched the numbers scroll across my screens, remembering how David had mocked my impractical ideas about sustainability. "Miss Phoenix," my lead engineer appeared with urgent news. 3 more major clients want to switch to our production methods, including Mitchell's biggest account. Perfect timing. I pulled up our capacity reports, already knowing we could handle the increased demand. Unlike Mitchell Manufacturing's outdated factories, our facilities had been built for expansion. "Sarah, prepare the press release about our expansion plans." My phone buzzed with family messages. "Dad, have you seen this new company, Phoenix Industries? Their process looks familiar." "David, some startup is stealing our clients. Probably cutting corners with this green nonsense." "Mom, honey, are you watching the business news? Your father's very concerned about this new competitor." I didn't respond. Instead, I focused on the live feed from Mitchell Manufacturing's quarterly earnings call, where David was trying to explain their declining market share. "These sustainable manufacturing claims are unproven," he was saying. Our traditional methods are tested and true. I smiled, thinking about the independent certification report sitting on my desk. Proof that our process was not only more environmentally friendly but also more efficient and cost-effective. Just then Sarah rushed in with breaking news. Mitchell Manufacturing just announced emergency board meetings. Their stock is down another 10%. Ms. Phoenix, my PR director, appeared on video chat. Forbes wants to do a cover story. They're very interested in the founder behind the sustainable manufacturing revolution. I thought about my family's reaction when they discovered who really owned Phoenix Industries. Schedule the interview. It's time to go public with everything. My phone lit up with another call from Mom. Emma, please come to family dinner this Sunday. Your father needs everyone's support right now. This new competition is really hurting the company. Sorry, Mom, I replied. I have a magazine interview that day. Maybe next time. A magazine? What magazine would want to? She trailed off, and I could hear the moment of doubt in her voice. Emma, is there something you're not telling us? You'll find out soon enough, I answered, watching Phoenix Industries' stock price climb higher. Just make sure you read next month's Forbes. The Forbes issue hit newsstands on a Tuesday morning. I had my assistant buy copies for the entire family with personal notes attached. Thought you might find this interesting. Emma. The cover photo showed me standing in Phoenix Industries' state-of-the-art facility with the headline, "The Future of Manufacturing, How Emma Mitchell Built a Billion-Dollar Green Revolution." My phone started ringing seconds after the magazines must have been delivered. I let them all go to voicemail, instead watching the market's reaction to the revelation that Phoenix Industries' mysterious founder was the same person Mitchell Manufacturing had fired for impractical ideas. Mitchell's stock is in free fall, Sarah reported, tracking the numbers. Their board is demanding emergency meetings. I clicked through the security feeds showing my family's various reactions. Dad was pacing in his office, Forbes magazine crumpled on his desk. David was frantically calling everyone he knew in the industry. Mom was sitting in her garden, actually reading the article carefully. The interview had been comprehensive, detailing how I'd built Phoenix Industries while working at Mitchell Manufacturing, protecting my innovations by patenting them separately, and waiting for the right moment to launch. The reporter had been particularly interested in how my family had dismissed the very ideas that now threatened their company. Your father's on his way here, Sarah announced, checking the security alerts. Along with their entire executive team. Perfect, I smiled, straightening my desk. Have them wait in the main conference room. I want them to see exactly what they missed. The conference room's glass walls offered a perfect view of our production floor, where our sustainable manufacturing process was revolutionizing the industry. I watched through the security feeds as my family arrived, their expressions shifting from anger to awe as they took in the scale of what I'd built. Ms. Phoenix, my chief engineer, appeared on my screen. Mitchell Manufacturing's technical team just requested specifications for our process. Should I deny access? No, I replied. Send them the public patents. Let them see exactly what they could have had. I gave them 30 minutes to stew, watching as David paced the conference room while Dad sat staring at the Forbes magazine he'd brought with him. Mom just kept looking out at the production floor, probably remembering all the time she'd told me to be more practical like my brother. Finally I walked in. The room fell silent. Welcome to Phoenix Industries, I said calmly, taking my seat at the head of the table. I assume you've read the article. How could you do this? David exploded. You stole our ideas. Actually, I pulled out a stack of patent documents. I developed these innovations independently, filed the patents under my own name, and built this company with private funding. Everything here is legally mine. Dad's face had aged years in the past few hours. The sustainable manufacturing process. You had this all along? Yes, I confirmed. While you were dismissing my ideas as impractical, I was developing and patenting them. Every innovation you mocked is now worth billions. But you worked for us, David sputtered. I ran your innovation department, I corrected. And everything I developed for Mitchell Manufacturing is still there. These, I gestured to our production floor, are the ideas you rejected. The ones I knew were too valuable to let you dismiss. Mom finally spoke. Why didn't you tell us? Would you have believed me? I asked quietly. When I suggested making Mitchell more sustainable, you laughed. When I pushed for employee wellness programs, you called me naive. So I stopped trying to convince you and built my own company instead, one that proves you can be successful and responsible. I tapped a button, and Phoenix Industries' financial reports filled the conference room screens. Our market value is now 3 times higher than Mitchell Manufacturing. We produce goods 60% cheaper, have 95% employee retention, and a zero carbon footprint. David's face turned red. So this is why you didn't fight when we fired you? Exactly. I nodded. I was just waiting for the right time to launch Phoenix. You handing me a reason made it easier. Dad leaned forward. What do you want? To destroy our company? No, I said calmly. I want to show you that sustainable manufacturing works, ethically and financially. Since Phoenix launched, your stock dropped 40% and your clients are moving to us. You have 2 choices now, adapt or fall behind. David scoffed. We could sue. For what? I smiled. All our patents are mine, developed independently. Try if you want. Our lawyers would love the spotlight. I stood and walked to the window overlooking our high-tech, eco-friendly production floor. Or, we could talk merger. Silence. Merger. Dad said softly. Yes. Phoenix buys Mitchell Manufacturing. We upgrade your systems with our green tech. You survive and I finally get to implement the changes you ignored. David laughed. You want to buy our family business? Your family business is losing ground fast, I replied. Without our innovations, you'll be out of the market in 5 years. I'm giving you a lifeline. I pulled up more graphs. So here's the offer. Merge with Phoenix, go sustainable, or get left behind. Mom looked out the window at the wellness center. All those programs you wanted to bring to Mitchell are normal here, I said. Profit sharing, clean energy, mental health days. Everything you said wouldn't work. Our employees are the happiest in the industry. Just then Sarah entered with updates. Mitchell's board is requesting an emergency call. Their stock just dropped another 5% after the Forbes article went live. Put them through. I watched my family as the board members popped up on screen, clearly panicking. For the next hour I walked them through everything, financials, strategy, the future. The board grew more interested in merging. My family sat in silence. At the end I closed my pitch. It's simple. Phoenix acquires Mitchell. We upgrade, retrain, and lead the future together. Dad looked around at the company I had built. Everything he once dismissed. We should have listened to you. Yes, I said. But it's not too late to start learning. The merger deal includes jobs for all of you, if you finish our sustainability training program first. David stared. You want us to work for you? No. I want you to learn. To finally understand that going green isn't just good values, it's smart business. As they left, humbled and quiet, I watched Phoenix's stock rise again, and Mitchell's fall further. Because the best revenge isn't tearing down the old. It's building something better, and letting them see what they missed. Mom lingered at the door. Family dinner this Sunday, will you come? I thought for a moment. Yes. But not to talk business. That belongs in boardrooms, not over pot roast. Sunday is for family. Because in the end, success isn't just about proving them wrong.